What's up everyone, Black Chaos here, and I brought back a friend of mine. You know who he is from the last part. Introduce yourself, please.
Jim Cummings.
Jim Cummings.
Nah, it's just SuperColdChaos.
Yeah, welcome back, sir.
So, I forgot what we did last time. Can you explain? Did we, like, save the world or something?
We're close to it. Close to it, but...
We're getting closer and closer.
Yeah, closer and closer. What happened was, we had the little Kazoa spirit and, little...
Oh yeah, we did that trial thing.
Yeah, that horrible trial that I hate with a passion. Now,
We've all had that moment.
Yeah, we're going to another area, which is another island, and I had to get some fuel cells, because, well, fun story is that before I recorded this set, it crapped out on me, so I had to redo the whole thing. But I didn't save it, so it was all good. I was able to do everything real quick, so... Now, these flying sections, man, the only part you would get close enough to be Star Fox 64.
The only part that feels like Star Fox.
Yeah, and a lot of them are really short. The last two are actually pretty long, but the first two just like you go through them real quick.
Looking at it looks pretty fun. Kind of makes you forget that this is Star Fox adventure.
Yeah, I would have liked more versions of these. I'm not gonna spoil it, but the flying section, I thought it could have been a little bit better at times, because you're just flying through the gold rings and that's it, basically.
That's all you ever do is fly through the gold rings. Like, I remember in Star Fox 64, the gold rings could upgrade your health. They don't do that here?
No, they just open up the gate so you can go to the next player.
Oh, okay, so if you miss one, then you take damage.
Yeah.
Pretty boring. I mean, there is explosions that make you... It looks good, but other than that, you're not really shooting down a lot of enemies.
No, and it's really hard to die on these parts. The only thing I hate about it is that whenever you go to another world you've been to prior, it always got to do the R-Wing section.
Okay, so you always have to do this no matter what.
Yeah.
There's no, like, teleportation system.
No.
That is pretty lame.
It wouldn't be so bad if it was like a little quicker, like you don't have to get the maximum amount, like you get one and you automatically get to it, but you have to keep getting the maximum amount every time.
Well, looking at this, it kind of reminds me of the tornado sections in Sonic Unleashed, where it's just a huge QuickTime event one after another. But you only had to do that twice in the game, and even then you had like, what was it, the egg cauldron that you had to fight?
Yeah.
That was at least pretty cool, because well, a QuickTime event boss fight doesn't really sound all that interesting, but...
It's a little better than the R-Wing section of this one, where you gotta keep redoing it.
Yeah.
Because if you want to collect everything, you have to go back to older parts.
Yeah, and this... I'm assuming that this game probably has a lot of fetch quests.
Yeah, a few of them.
So you'll have to keep going back to... So you have to keep going back to other sections of the planet constantly, so you can do these missions.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's compare having to do this section over and over again compared to the 2 times you had to do it in Sonic Unleashed.
Sonic Unleashed was a little bit better.
Oh yeah. Although I really had no problem with the Werehog section that everybody keeps complaining about, but that's just me.
Don't feel bad, I feel the exact same way.
I mean, gameplay-wise, it really wasn't all that bad, but I can understand what people mean by how it just doesn't seem right.
Yeah, I enjoyed the night stage and Werehog levels all the same as much as I would say I liked it more than a lot of the Sonic levels, the daytime stages.
And it kind of varied from level to level. Like, the ones just, like, I think I remember, I forget what the name of the level was, but the one that was based off America, you know, more like New York.
Yeah.
The ones that were very platforming heavy, more than the ones that were very combat heavy. Those were pretty fun.
Yeah.
Look at us talk about Sonic games in a Star Fox game.
Well,
what have we become?
You've become greatness.
Okay, so that equals greatness.
Yes.
And so I'm assuming that we're trying to go Indiana Jones here?
Basically, I just run through fire because the fire doesn't do that much damage, but...
Isn't blue fire supposed to be hotter than red fire?
Yeah.
Like, I think they mentioned that in Avatar The Last Airbender.
They said blue fire is the hottest thing ever.
Okay. I thought white lightning was. But this is anime logic. What am I going on about?
I was trying something here because I wanted to see if they would attack me if I was in the little dinosaur form. I was kind of wrong because I didn't think they would.
So you're trying to pull the whole Assassin's Creed technique. I remember in the first game where you could, I think it was hold down the X button and you would look like you're praying, and you could pretty much just walk up to whoever you wanted and just stab them.
Basically.
That was amazing back in the day. Now we've got, what, Assassin's Creed 4?
Yeah. I played the demo on the PS3 and it was fun. But
I heard it's amazing. It's getting a lot of good reviews, but I haven't played a lot of the Assassin's Creed games other than the first one, so I really think I'm going to get lost in the story if I try playing the fourth one.
You probably will. I think the third one, Brotherhood, is the one that basically continues the story. Because I played a little, I have all of them, but I haven't beaten all of them. I like started playing like about like maybe 20-30 minutes of each one, and then I played multiplayer, and that's what took over for a while.
Trying to get back on topic here, but I noticed there's a timer over by your map, so this section is timed.
Yeah, I messed up on this bit a lot before. It's because I kept going to the wrong section.
In the recording, or just when you were playing off camera?
When I was recording. And it's just I thought you had to go to, like, if you get the blue one, you gotta go to the red one. You get the red one, you gotta go to the blue one. That was not the right one. So. But yeah, figured it out.
Eventually.
Yeah, it took a while, and the time limit didn't help because when I tried to run back, I messed up and like the time would get to like 10 seconds. And I just give up, like I'm not gonna make it in time.
Oh boy. So this game doesn't really punish you for failing time trials, right?
Not really. It's just that you gotta redo
a minor inconvenience.
Yeah.
And I'm assuming falling off that pseudo bridge is bad?
No, I was just pointing out because it's just like you see there's nobody near there, and you're going to see something change after you talk to this guy.
Dad, you're okay.
Tricky, my son.
And this
you don't have to worry
that
about
is
me.
Tricky's dad, who has diamonds on him like the mom.
Is that supposed to be like some kind of sign of royalty?
Yeah, they're like the, I guess he's the king,
yeah.
You could say.
That's me.
And before you ask, no.
It could be worse. It could be like the Predators where they have skulls all over the place.
That would be pretty cool, I would say.
Yeah, not Nintendo, but it definitely would be cool.
Yeah, not Nintendo.
Speaking of Nintendo trying to be cool, you hear about the complaint that PETA had about the new Super Mario game?
Oh yeah, I read about that. I had nothing but to laugh at that.
I'm trying to continue on that thought. Do you watch Dorkly?
Dorkly? No.
Basically what they are is just like a video game parody flashes, you know?
Okay.
And basically they had a reaction video of Mario just coming out apologizing for what people thought. And throughout the video he's killing regular enemies, like he's setting fish on fire, he's beating up a Koopa before he shoots it. It was rather interesting.
I'm about to look that up. It's a good thing about when you fail parts of the sets and stuff because you know where stuff is.
Yeah, I'd say this game is very walkthrough intensive.
Yeah.
It kind of reminds me, I got the 3DS before the price drop, so I'm part of the Nintendo Ambassador thingamabobber. So I was able to get a few free NES games, and one of them was the original Legend of Zelda. And I cannot play that game without a walkthrough. I have no idea where anything is or how to solve any of the puzzles.
See, I never played well, I played it, but not for a very long time, the original Zelda.
Yeah, I have more experience with Link to the Past on the Super Nintendo.
I barely played enough of that, because when I got rid of my Nintendo out of rage.
So what are we doing now that we've opened up this secret passageway?
Getting another power-up, which is the Super Ground Quake, I believe, yeah.
Oh, so you get the ability to make shockwaves.
Even bigger, because we had one already, we were using it earlier, but now we could kill those T-Rex now with it. Because before you couldn't kill them, they would like shake everything off, but now we can. Which you need to do in order to progress.
General Pepper here. I'll display
so now
your
we just need
current
to kill a
mission
bunch
status.
of T-Rexes and What then?
That it's gonna open up a door,
If you
which I don't think I go up there, but there's a door up this hill you have to get into, which you have to kill them in order to get into it. Because some of the doors have little locks on it where you have to defeat certain type of enemy for it to open.
Actually, now that I think about it, looking at this game with all the dinosaurs and everything, naturally it doesn't feel like Star Fox at all, but I can't help but remember that... I don't remember where I heard it, but wasn't this game supposed to be all about Crystal, where you only played as her?
Yeah, originally this was gonna be on the
N64?
yeah, and it wasn't gonna be Fox at all. It was gonna be shared gameplay between Crystal and Fox protagonist at the time, but it was just a random
other
person.
Fox character.
Yeah, it was just gonna be a completely new game, but they ended up changing it to Star Fox when the GameCube came out, and they updated the graphics and everything, and just completely changed it and made it about Fox.
So an idea that probably would have just... It wouldn't have as much hate as it does now if they just stuck with that idea.
Yeah.
I mean, overall, it probably would still be a mediocre adventure game at best, but adding Star Fox, you just ruin a whole... what could have been an even better sequel franchise, whatever.
Yeah, it's just, I think for a lot of people, they felt it lost what made it Star Fox. With all the walking around and stuff, which I didn't mind. I prefer this combat style to Assault, but Assault had more of the R-Wing section, which everybody loved.
Yeah. Actually, walking around this planet collecting materials kind of makes me think of Star Trek. Like this is a lost episode of Star Trek.
It could be.
The original generation, of course, because that one was the most surreal.
See, that was that door I was talking about that closed.
Okay, and that opens up after you kill all the T-Rexes?
Yes. And we also have to hit these buttons, which are over here. I hit one a little bit earlier on, but I didn't really point that out. That opens up another door. Well,
How do these doors even work?
I don't know. I don't know where who decides to put buttons everywhere and
All of a sudden, doors decide to open up whenever you kill enemies, because it's not just this game. I'm sure you probably noticed that a lot of other games tend to do that.
Yeah. I guess it's
just
to
one
make
of,
it longer, but sometimes it's just a waste
Yeah, it just
of
feels
time.
like one of those gaming cliches that you just don't question, you just accept. But then there's just other people who are like, I can't just accept this.
Yeah. I accept it. 'Cause as long as I get it done, that's all that matters.
I make fun of it. Like what, is the door connected to the enemy's heart rate monitors, and when they determine that they're dead or something, is well, I'll just open up, and maybe, just maybe, there'll be a survivor that can come in and tell the big boss what happened.
Yeah.
Even though that makes absolutely no sense.
It's a Nintendo game. Doesn't have to make sense.
Yeah, I keep forgetting that this is the company that made an Italian plumber jumping on turtles popular.
Yeah, very, very popular.
It's the company that's made ideas that could possibly be inspired by drugs work. For years.
And it still works to this day.
Yes, now they decided to do it in 3D. An even better 3D than the usual 3D.
Yeah. I'm thinking about picking up that 3DS.
You should, it's a pretty good game, and they're coming out with some pretty nice games. I mean, right now, yeah, they don't have any good games, but...
It's just a lot of 3DS that I was waiting for. Originally, I was going to pick it up because I was going to get it for Star Fox and Zelda and stuff like that. And then I was waiting, and now they're coming out with all these other games that I'm possibly going to get.
Of course, I decided to get it for Kingdom Hearts 3DS.
It is believed a
And of course,
spellstone
still
has
hasn't
been
come
brought
out
to
yet,
our
but
land.
it seems to be coming by rather quickly. I think it's coming out in spring next year.
That's pretty close.
Yeah, it's getting closer. Well, coming out in Japan in spring.
No.
But that it pretty much means that it's going to come out here in the fall.
I'm hoping for a Monster Hunter, the new one, to come out in the U.S., but it's looking like it might not.
I'm not really
do
familiar with
that.
Monster Hunter. I think I played Freedom Unite on the PSP.
Yeah, that was the remake of the first one. It was pretty good. I have all the Monster Hunters that's probably out right now that's in the U.S. I even have the one that I imported from Japan. And I love that game, but I'm hoping that they bring the new one to the U.S.
I love how we spent this almost this entire part talking about everything but Star Fox.
Well, there's not much going on except for me hitting buttons and killing stuff, you know, the
What do they call
usual.
that on TV tropes? Better than a bear bowl?
Oh, see, I don't...
Where
do
you
much-
apologize. Well, I think it's what it is that you just apologize in a Let's Play about how there's nothing to talk about. And really, what is there to talk about here other than just Fox goes and kills dinosaurs and doors open?
Yeah, it's just... I have to get, like, once you get past this bit, it's like you progress, like, the boss fights in this area, so that's gonna be pretty short.
You can only go so far in this game without just dying down on the commentary. Here he is, walking over to the next place he has to go to,
Doing the
killing
same
some
thing
enemies.
I did 3 parts ago.
Doing the same stuff I've been doing in the beginning of the game.
I think once Fox's walking sound is kind of annoying.
I can't really hear it all that well because I'm trying to actually talk.
Yeah,
But if you say it sounds wrong, then chances are it sounds wrong.
it is a little wrong. Now we are doing a little race section, which isn't cool.
We have to jump through some kind of magic portal.
Basically,
Kind of reminds me of Spyro the Dragon.
it's another timed section, so...
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of those flying sections where you have to go through rings, you have to kill X amount of enemies. Except, you know, not as fun as Spyro.
Yeah, I haven't played Spyro in a very long time. Spyro was cool.
Yeah, I recently got Ripto's Rage on the PlayStation Network store. And looking at the PlayStation Network, it makes me wonder about some of the games that they decided not to put on, like the Tomba series. You ever play that?
No, not the Tomba series.
It's basically like Zelda 2: The Adventure of Link, except on the PlayStation.
I haven't... The last thing I played on my PlayStation was Uncharted 3 and DC Universe Online. That's about it.
Yeah, I'm just holding out for Skyrim like everybody else.
I'm thinking about picking up Skyrim, but I just... I don't know, because I've spent so much money this month on games. It's like every game came out this month.
Yeah, every game decided to come out all of a sudden.
He's like, hey, take my money. It's like, I don't have no money to give you.
Hey kids, want stuff on your Christmas wish list? Here you go! And have we finished this time section yet?
Yeah, we're done now. I cut it
fine.
close.
Good, because I think the viewer was about to hit the dislike button. We can't have that.
No, we don't want that.
And so did we just pick up an ice fang or something?
Yeah, it's a silver tooth. Earlier we picked up a gold one. It's what we need in order to progress. If you, when we were down by talking to Tricky's dad, there was 2 statues that you have to put those tooths in.
Maybe if we're lucky we can use that silver tooth to kill Jacob Black. That is, unless Stephanie Meyer changed the werewolves so that way they're all of a sudden weak to gold or platinum.
They're not weak to anything. Twilight is so bad.
Twilight ruined everything.
It ruined everything cool about vampires and werewolves.
I have to ask, how can a vampire get married? Aren't they supposed to be like weak to religious stuff, like they can't walk on holy ground?
I don't know. I don't question anything Twilight related.
Alright then, whatever.
It's Twilight. It doesn't deserve to be questioned because it's that bad.
That's true. But you know what does give vampires a good name?
What?
Castlevania.
Yes, Castlevania does a really good job.
And Castlevania really deserves another game.
Yeah.
I think they recently released something on the PlayStation Network. I know they have like a PlayStation 1 remake of Castlevania 1 and of course Symphony of the Night.
Yeah. I got Symphony of the Night on the Xbox, but were there any Castlevania games on the PS2?
PlayStation, I think there was a couple, but they were in like 3D.
Yeah, because they might start releasing those because they started releasing PlayStation 2 games on the PlayStation Network.
Yeah, all of a sudden they decided to sell PlayStation 2 games not only on the PlayStation Network, but there's like collections for every game now.
Yeah.
God of War has 2 collections. Why?
I don't know. I don't really like God of War at all. So.
I got the God of War collection. It's pretty cool. It's 2 God of War games for the price of 1.
Yeah, I just avoided God of War. I played a little bit of it, and it's not that great to me.
So I think we finally reached the point where we can actually talk about something. Oh my god.
Yeah, it's a boss fight now. That
So,
T-Rex
take
scared me as a kid. Not gonna lie, because I was not expecting it.
It's the T-Rex from Jurassic Park. Run!
And I almost got stomped on by it because I went the wrong direction. That camera at the very beginning kind of plays a trick on you because you're supposed to go in the opposite direction that he is, so that the gimmick of this, you gotta step on a platform to start up electricity on the screen, and then you gotta throw a bomb at him. It took me a while to figure that out again because I forgot how this game was supposed to be played.
So you just spent a few minutes thinking, why is this not working?
Not on this part, but when I recorded the set before and it crapped out on me, that's what I was doing.
Okay then.
Now wait.
And he has a glowing weak point on his head, right? I'm not just saying this.
That is the little spell stone that we're trying to get.
Attack the weak point for massive damage.
It's kind of sucks because it's like they just lobbed it into his head. I would feel very bad if that was me.
Yeah, it would probably be uncomfortable at first, but then after a while you just kind of get used to it.
It's like, why would you just stick this on my head? Like, who had the ability to do that without getting eaten?
I'd assume it would have to be like Dino God or something like that. Or Raptor Jesus.
Now
Raptor Jesus tend to do stuff like that.
This fight's a really easy fight once you figure out the gimmick of it, but it's kind of long because you have to keep doing the little electric and throw the bomb and electric again.
So it's like every Legend of Zelda fight where you have to repeat the same process like 3 times.
Basically. And the panels actually will get closer and closer to the actual electric field, and it makes it a little bit harder to hit them.
And he's none the wiser to this whole process.
No, he's not.
He's
Few
thinking,
times.
Yay, food!
A few times he'll actually not stop. Like usually he'll stop and do a little pose, like right here. He'll just keep running. I was prepared for it though, so.
Oh, I just want to beat this guy. Oh no, electricity.
And the camera gets really retarded on this bit too. Because at this point I can't use my staff or nothing. I can't shoot the little symbols.
It's just getting really awkward.
Yeah. I think it shows me just sitting there trying to shoot at it and it just kept canceling. There, here we go. It just keeps canceling out for me.
Yeah, it's a good thing there's no levels in this game, otherwise I think we'd probably kill you in one hit.
Yeah, probably.
But since it's a Nintendo game, probably does like, what, a half a health point worth of damage?
I don't think he didn't even damage me. It was the fact that I dropped the bomb when he walked by that got the damage.
How many times do we have to do this?
I think one more time and then he's dead.
So pretty much 4 times, breaking the convention of having the enemy 3 times.
Yeah, I was expecting 3 times. I actually walked
My
up
God,
toward
they're
him.
breaking tradition.
When I walked up toward him, when on the 3rd time it started showboating, he got him kind of stomped on me. So didn't do that again in this part. See, that's when, see how close it is now. You have to time it so that when he runs at you, because that thing will go away.
You know, the use of the staff kind of makes me think of the Balrog scene from Lord of the Rings. I would make a "You shall not pass" joke, but it's kind of an overdone. Also, I kind of already made it. I'm assuming that giant stone will shrink so that way it fits Fox's endless backpack.
Yeah, that's just game logic. Matrix moment.
Always gotta have some, especially in the, what was it, 3rd gen era with the PlayStation 2 and GameCube?
Yeah, everything Matrix-y.
Even before the Matrix, we had the Matrix jump.
I don't understand how that killed him, because you got bombs thrown in your face 4 times and you still survived. I don't think a little poke in the head would do any damage.
Maybe that's like his life support system, and taking that off killed him. And with his final breath, he sputters out a death curse.
Probably.
Have you got it? Dad, look what we've got.
So, are we done yet?
Well done. You
Just
have
about.
both made me very
We gotta
proud.
go to the little
Do not
place, and we
worry,
gotta
son.
increase in health.
I will stay
Yeah.
in the city until it is
How
returned
did
to the
Fox
planet.
get a health boost
I will see
anyway?
you again
He just kind of
soon.
touched his
Now
ship
let's
and all of a
waste
sudden,
no more
health
time.
boost.
You have
Magic.
a spell stone to
Touching
take
your
to
ship
the
is giving you enough
volcano.
EXP to level up. Good job.
Alright, well, this is gonna be the end of this part, and we will catch you on the next one.
See you later.
Peace.